I was like, what? What did I put? Oh, no. I could try this Ace Combat, but it's a story mode. I'd have to listen to it. I don't feel like this. Oh, yeah, but see, I'm going to get the VR helmet. I hope that thing's expensive. I'll be like, well, at least I'm not flying. She's like, go ahead. Don't take lessons. Do you know that if you were the last guy on Earth, say, right? If I found out that, I wasn't gonna get in trouble for shit, oh my gosh, dude. I would hit the fucking airport so fast. I would fuck with so much shit. Because I can take off. Prop planes. Small ones. And, I'd do it, dude. Just to think, I'd be like, fuck it. I'll fly it over the water, and I'll ditch it in there, and I'll swim to shore, and I'll take somebody's car. Fuck it. Can you imagine how much fun you could have? Go to the army base, take a tank, see how much shit you can fuck up just to say you did. Oh, God. I would get...
He did what with who and where?
So much trouble. If I was the last guy, or the population was spiced, I don't know if they're like, you know what, Robert, go play, but go a city over. It's really scary. Don't mess with anything nuclear. I'll be like, no. Conventional warfare only. Tell you what, with nobody around, actually, I'd start cutting some shit up and making something. Like, you know, the A-Team, they always play the montage music, and they got like a lawnmower, a sewing kit, and a bridal gown. So they make a tank, you know, like a fucking armored car. It's like, fuck. All the metal, all the scrap metal. I'd be like a wannabe Tony Stark. But not fancy.
Yeah, they're just all tied on with, you know, zip ties.
Yeah, instead of actual lasers, I just got a little sign taped on that goes, you know,
Thanks.
Well, that's a lot of stuff. Helicopters, too. Ooh. I definitely want to fly one of those. Because I got the basics. I know what the stuff is. I just never done it. I know it's not that easy. I mean, I'm not an idiot. I would wait till there was like no wind, no nothing. And I would be like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'd still wind up killing myself.
Thanks.
People wherever that will be watching,
Come back anytime.
placing bets on how long I live. He's heading for the airport. God, this would be so much fun.
This program is brought to you.
I'd get a parachute, go up in a hot air balloon, not give a fuck, and just just to do it. Let's die. Now you're getting all hooked on that, aren't you?
Who, me?
Yeah.
You can tell me. I'm dressing, because I'm dressing the chick up and I'm putting the attachments on.
You haven't had to pay anything yet, have you?
No. There was a free thing in the PlayStation Store for PlayStation Plus members. I used that.
Oh, nice.
And now I got like 5 tickets for like a daily 24-hour members. So I can use the elevator and shit for free. But they do get you. It's $13 a month. For
I was gonna say,
free access.
It has to.
Or you can keep playing it and earn those tickets by doing request missions.
Yeah, but most of them, the algorithms are designed to generate revenue.
Yeah.
So,
and it's crazy hard. So they make it to a certain point. You got to. Well, I can go
and I'm sure you're a little better at it than most people.
I do the Final Fantasy thing. Just grind, go up there, do a little bit, come back down, put all the material you can.
Yeah.
Now, what am I doing?
You know what I just realized? I have a big zit on the inside of my nose. I could, like, you stick your thumb up your nose and you kind of feel with your finger on the... Oh! Dude, damn it. That hurts. Holy shit! I just went like that to my nose just to like brush it off. I had something on the outside, and all of a sudden I'm like, what the fuck? It hurt. Well, all right, ladies. I'll
What are you
go
doing?
do a little. I'm gonna go back and I got a Phoenician thing that I'm looking at.
We look forward to seeing you again. Thank you for riding with us today.
Architecture. It's just to study stuff. I got a few pictures that I want to send you down the road, though. They're very interesting.
Here we are.
Like the entire road began, like it ran off. Another one happened. This is like I think it's June. The whole fucking shit collapsed. And so what they're doing now is they're trying to bring it around, but now underneath it, about 10 feet of all the buildings where it was level ground, down good 10 feet down, you can see the tops and the columns of a Roman building, like the triangular top with the columns going with the steps. There's another one. There's a sinkhole that just whoop, dropped down on the road. The whole road just fucking. And so you can see this shit. The other one I was telling you about, that sinkhole is in the intersection. It broke a water pipe that was spraying water all on the inside of the sinkhole. And that exposed a Roman building like 10 feet down, 10 feet of dirt, and these Roman buildings stuff. And I'm like, who the hell's not asking what the fuck that is? Like, our shit's built on top of their shit. How's that possible? That's, you know what I mean? It's like, that's a lot of reasons why they're having sinkholes. It's because everybody just built over the, something happened where everything got covered in mud. Like 15 feet, 20 feet, whatever. It got fucking covered. Some places just flat ass disappeared. Well, they just fucking tamped the ground and fucking built fucking shit on it. What are they gonna do? They unburied, they uncovered some of the other shit, and there's a ton of literature on this occurring. Because the New Madrid Fault earthquake, the last occurred in 1811. In 1811 is also when you get the potato famine, you get the plagues going across, there was a plague going across Europe that killed a lot of people. For some reason, the entire northern part of Russia disappeared. And over in America, I think the New Madrid Fault happened, and it caused a liquefaction of the ground, and everything just sank. Like whole buildings just, however much it weighed. Because what happens is anytime you get a major fault, it liquefies the ground. It becomes liquid, but it's dirt. But it behaves like quicksand. You know what I mean? So, it's the whole thing. I gotta send you these pictures, though. Because people are standing there and their mouths are just hanging open. All these people, and just,
come back anytime.
Put shit off, the barricades and all that shit. But I mean, I'd be looking at it going, seriously, what is that? Somebody get an archaeologist down here. What is that? Is there anybody Smithsonian? Hello? What is that? You know what I mean? I would be asking what the fuck that's doing. So, but anyway, whatever. To me, I'm like, I've got more questions than answers. That's for sure. So anyways, but I noticed that in 1811, tons of cities burnt to the ground. San Francisco, Chicago, the Chicago Fire. I believe that they actually changed that date to 1813, 14, but that's still, it was the same date. Same time, 1811. San Francisco wiped out. Oh, California used to be an island. Fuck that, huh? California was an island. Nevada was the fucking coast. And every map before 1811 shows it as an island. It even says it, Island of California. It fucking shows 3 islands in between California and Nevada. And it's a small opening, but it's there. It's an island. So then, and the map includes Florida, New York. It's written Florida, New York. It's got a lot of stuff that's now on the maps. And then, supposedly, with the elevation being so high as you go north to Oregon, Washington, as you go up, 1811, now California's attached. Huh? So 1815, the guys they started figuring this shit geographically fucking changed, and he ordered map makers to go across the world and make a worldwide effort to map this shit again. And they came back writing. They got documents saying island of California is no longer. There's a peninsula below it. The islands are gone because those islands were just mountains. So all the mud and dirt, catastrophe-wise, massively went in there and filled that, pushed that water out. And it connected. It basically connected. So it wasn't that deep and it wasn't that far. But it was an island. But nobody will ever tell you. You say, was California ever an island? They'll say, what is everything? Chinese fucking Indian, Spanish, English. Every fucking country you could think of, they had a map around America before 1811 as their island of California. Well, the whole problem is that all that shit's still settling. They built on top of all that fucking mud that slid down and connected it. Well, guess where they're having all their problems along that bump? It's like California's going to be an island again. It always was. It's unbelievable, but I saw it. When I heard it, I was like, that sounds stupid. I look it up. I look it up again. I check every motherfucking map I can get on Amazon once I see it. Every map. They're all the same. And then after that, about 1815, something like 15, they went off and they had new maps. Just like that. Anyway. Gnarly. And see, before then, before photography, they had artists go out. And they would look at the landscape and they would do a city, right? In pencil. Most of the cities that they show after 1800s, all along the city you see broken columns, brokenness with mud on top, dirt and sod on top of buildings. Like half of them are buried under the mud, and then the other half out. And you're like, wait a minute, something happened. And it's going to happen again.
So it's probably like a reoccurring natural disaster.
Yeah, it's a reoccurring thing. That's all it is, and it's what it is too. Yeah, like you hear about the Green New Deal, and you hear about, our cars are putting out so many emissions. It's global warming. We're causing it. Yes, we're causing it, but we're causing it by pollution of nuclear material and injection, which has been a massive portion of the United States infrastructure for the past 50 years of sand injections to bring out natural gases and oil. The sand, where they inject sand into the ground, all the sand pits. Well, they fill those aquifers up with sand, and it takes all the gaps up, and it forces, in theory, all the fossil fuels up, and then they can get to it. The only problem is there's no more fudging. So any little thing is going to be a big deal. Like if it would have been a 1 point this, it's going to wind up being a fucking 4 point. Because all your buffer's gone, all your movement buffer's gone. It's all injected with sand. So you look around where they got fracking. Everywhere they got fracking in the past, say, 10 years, they've got fucking records of earthquakes around them.
LOL.
So it's that. But the biggest producer of CO2 is volcanoes. They are the largest producer. We don't even come fucking close. We could all be driving big fat rigs diesel, look at the smog in LA and type shit like that. It is nothing compared to the volcanoes that erupt over the fucking world and the amount of fucking carbon dioxide that they put in the atmosphere. It dwarfs humans. So Earth's pissed. I'm not, you know, but is it a cycle? Of course it is. Because there is no gravity. The theory of gravity is ridiculous. It's a magnetic field. That's all it is. They claim there's a magnetic field that repels solar CMEs from the sun. Oh, okay. Well, if it's a magnetic field, in theory, wouldn't there be a center mass of the magnet? Oh, the Earth. Of course. So that's why I dropped this lighter. It goes down. Because it's magnetic. It's a magnetic field. It has nothing to do with gravity. And so what happens is, you know, they're so stupid. And they know it. They know it's happening. And the only thing they're doing is preparing to go underground. That's all they're doing. They did it the last time. They're doing it again. At some point in time, the civilization had such a traumatic experience that everything was fucking underground. Literally, they had to dig it out. And the people that knew this shit was coming, they get forewarned of this shit ahead of time. Through either demonic knowledge or whatever. They hide. Well, the last bunch that came out were Jesuit Jews. Freemasonry. It's free. It already exists. It's right there. But there's no owners. They're all dead. It's like being the last guy on Earth. Atypically, because you've got however many people in the bunker globally that knew to hide. See what I'm saying? There's going to be survivors. Well, they're the ones that... That's why they call it Freemasonry. It was free. It just came out. It was there. It was like, oh, they survived. So they took over the world. Just like that. And that's why you got the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers. Very quickly, the Jesuits, the Zionists won the world because they had a leg up. Because when it all came down, Lord Rothschild from England, he started loaning money. Money that, knowing that, you know, so it's all I could write it all down and somebody can go, wow, shit, that makes sense, you know, and then all of a sudden these sinkholes are happening, uncovering civilizations underneath the ground. They just got buried. Buried. You know what I mean? It's in the middle of, it's real bizarre to look at. Like, you should see the people's faces standing around the, you know, the barricades. They're just like, and everybody's taking pictures. I'm like, there's a lot of people seeing this shit now. Before, it was like, but now it's getting to be where it's on TV, it's getting to be where they're going to have to explain this shit. They're going to have to explain it. It's like, anyways, it's going to happen again. The only thing, you know, and I believe that when they referred to the rapture, a lot of people had written that people were floating up into the sky, you know, and that was the rapture. Well, technically, I hate to say it. Oh. But if, say, like a larger, say something else comes close that also has gravity, right? Or a magnetic field. So there's our magnetic field, and something else, right? And so what kind of happens is it wants to tug on the weaker one of the two. So if, say, a planet was going by our planet, if their magnetic field is stronger, it's going to pull our magnetic field away from our fucking ball, or plane, or dome, or whatever we call it, and it's going to want to follow it. Now, as it goes away, it'll eventually snap back. But while that's gone, it's absolute chaos. The sun fucking CME's plasma, you would see purple lightning in the day flying everywhere, fucking burning fucking everything. It'd just be technically without that magnetic field to block all the gamma rays, X-rays that come from the sun. You know what I mean? That's why people, they say, oh, the magnetic field's a little weak today, so put a little extra sunblock on. Well, there's a reason, because there's rays coming, gamma rays, X-rays. And so what happens is, technically, I'm seeing what, in my opinion, something is pulling our magnetic field off ever so slightly, a little bit at a time. And it's getting to the point that there's going to be pockets. Now, we read that lately there's been a lot of plane crashes, especially small craft that rely on, because they're a lower altitude generally, they're going down because their engines are failing. They're flying along and blah, blah. Well, I hate to say it, but I have a feeling that there's pockets of plasma occurring in the atmosphere. Plasma kills an engine. It kills it like an EMP. See what I'm saying? So you would be basically flying through and say the magnetic field is weak in this one little streaky spot on the planet. You happen to fly through it. It'll kill your engine. If you were to drive through it in a car, it'll kill your car. It's just an overload of electricity to all your circuits. It's surprising, right? So all these planes, they're trying to figure out, it's mostly in the southern. I'd have to see a lot of reports of it, and they stopped airing things. They used to put up what the rays were, what this. They used to have all these websites that monitor this shit. You go to, they stopped. Shut them all off. I don't know why. I'm right now. I'm like, I've got some, and it's, you know, not completely unwarranted, you know, because look at the behavior of some of the stuff that's occurring. You know what I mean? It's like, I looked up those plane crashes. I had to go to the local paper and look up each one's incident. And I'm like, okay, well, and each one was fairly small, but a regular, you know, fuel, tube type. They get up to over 200 and 300 feet and slam. They start going down. It's 6 so far this month.
What, they got now?
Between Florida and Texas. Now, most people would just go, well, it's just one of those things. No. I know science. I know how shit works. It's not like, I understand. When engine failure occurs from multiple things. Lack of oxygen for the motor to fire. You gotta have the radio and the ray coming in, right? So you got a combustible engine, so you're intaking air. Or you run out of fuel. You know, your engine blows or something like that. Or your electrical system shut down. Into which you have nothing. You can't start the engine or anything else. And so what I would like to see is, I would want to see those planes, all 6, and look behind their instrument panel and see if there's damage that's beyond what normally. And the other thing too is most of these planes burnt up beyond recognition after being on the ground. One guy, he actually made it, kind of. He made it. He got down, he landed in the grass a little bit, but then he hit the brake too hard, and he nose dipped. You know, where you just, your nose goes down and you get the plane over. Well, he just dipped it up, so it just kind of stopped, and that was it. He got out, and he walked away, and he said a few seconds later, the thing was on fire, and that was it. There's nothing left. He took a picture of it, and there's nothing left. There's a wheel, a bunch of white powder. You know what I mean? Like, it roasted the plane. So, I'd love to see that. I know that stuff happens. Or it's not natural and it's somebody testing something, military, because they would. They don't. I mean, your average soldier. That's your industrial complex. Yeah, and California, they had to pull Sprint and their cell phone company. They had to press these cancer cases. And I'm like, I knew it. 5G with 1.5 millimeter waves bouncing everywhere. This 5G work, like 4G. 4G goes through everything. Goes through buildings, goes across anything. You don't need to do a bunch of shit with 4G. 5G, you gotta have a fucking deal on every floor. Past a certain span, they gotta have signal bouncers. They gotta have everything for 5G to work because it don't go through walls. So like if you're in a school classroom, you better have one on your wall. If you want 5G, you know, unless they're doing a fake, not fake, but a through the wires 5G, like you plug in, like they're saying it's faster than TV 5G. I'm talking about the millimeter waves that you're gonna see on all the poles, and all the, well, the school in California had Sprint pull their tower. And guess what? I'll follow that case up because cancer clusters in children, are you serious, Reed? Those parents are going to want to sue somebody, okay? Those parents are going to go after Sprint. Sprint is going to go and say, well, this technology was invented by this person, and this person said so. So then it goes to that, right? So then they go to that guy, and they're going to sue him now, right? And the same with Sprint. Sprint will get a lawsuit, and they'll sue whoever made it, right? Because Sprint's going to have to be big and have all these payouts for all these kids for however long they're alive. I don't know how, you know, what kind of cancer they're eating. I don't know what the to me, it just means like more than 5 or 6 cases classic for kids developing cancer.
Probably like cluster like in the body, there'd be more than one.
Or lymphatic, you know, I can see where the type of cancer, there's usually soft tissue cancers, kind of happen too. And, you know, lymph nodes would start to get sore, the kids would start complaining and swallowing and shit like that right away. And to me, I'm like, I already know the motherfuckers are lying. If you put 5G up, dude, I'm not kidding. Birth defects, fucking, I'm talking sterilization of people. Like, they ain't gonna be able to have kids. There's fucking, and they're not, you know, I had a guy look at me once, there was, somebody was wearing a Fitbit, right? And I said, is that Fitbit connected to the internet? And she said, yes. I said, so that Fitbit is Wi-Fi on right now? Like, right now? And she goes, yeah. I says, you have that wearing on you as a watch. It's touching your fucking skin. And she's like, yeah. I'm like, do you realize that Wi-Fi is a form of millimeter wave? You're wearing on it. But down the road, you can fucking damn well bet you're gonna get cancer in your fucking arm somewhere. Or right around your wrist. You know what I mean? You know how many emails and messages were sent from executives to cell phones to their kids, their families and stuff to say, don't talk this phone up to your ear. Put it on speaker and set it down. That's how they want them to be used. They don't tell you that. They don't show anybody on a commercial doing that. But they tell their family to do that. You know what I mean? Now you walk into some cell phone places, and some of them, you'll watch. They won't put it to their ear. They'll put it down. And I'm like, man, motherfuckers, what's this? Not to mention, by the way, they use the 5G millimeter waves to do body scans at airports, right? They've been doing that for a while now. Uh-oh. All the security screeners that do the 5G are starting to do cancer. So now the unions for the TSA is going to start they're going to have to start taking up these cases because now TSA agents are all pulling up with cancer. It's actually happening. It's just you go to turn on the quote unquote news, right? Why would they have it on there? You gotta find this shit. They might have it locally that there was an issue in the for whatever city it occurs in, but you gotta think the powers that own that are the same powers that own the media. They're not going to snitch on themselves. They're not going to want to cover that story for love and money. Who ever heard of, like, I thought about it once. I thought of suing CNN because it always says CNN, fair and balanced reporting. They're obviously not fair and balanced because I could quote them for the last 3 years and they've never said one good thing about Donald Trump. They've called him every name in the book. How is that fair and honest reporting? They're holding a bias. You know what I mean? So there's an agenda. Everything has an agenda. And if you look, all those agendas, you follow the money. And it all goes to George Soros, the Rockefellers, the fucking Rothschilds. And now you got the Gates, and you got the fucking Koch brothers. The Koch brothers, they're fucking billionaires. What if I told you, Reed, the whole reason we're fucking with Venezuela at all is so the Koch brothers can hopefully get a hold of some of that oil.
For coming. Please
like,
state
what?
your desired floor.
How can two guys make the president say this and this happened and this happened? Huh? Like you'd think, logically, you'd think that's asinine. Follow the money. The reasons why we're in Venezuela, the people, not Trump, who have expedited it out. Have you ever heard of the situation going on over there in Venezuela right now?
I am not
No, but I heard there was
when
a
it comes to
commotion.
SAHs.
Oh yeah, well what it is they had an elections, right? And everybody was so scared of the
Look forward
president
to
there
your
now
return.
was Maduro, that nobody ran. Like fucking nobody. Seriously, there was nobody else on the fucking ticket other than him. So he gets the presidency. In comes the United States with Juan Guaido. He kind of looks like a Cuban version of Barack Obama. You should Google him. So, and he is a puppeteer. He's been groomed for that position. They groom these guys
You've got some
way ahead,
nice there, ain't
like
ya?
10 years. This is deep shit.
Listen,
Juan Guaido comes out, and the U.S. says, we recognize Juan Guaido as the winner of those elections. And all of a sudden, it was like, Juan fucking who? And here he is. Here he is waving his hand, and he's like, the president, or he's like, the people, they need, Maduro is trying to kill, and this and that, and it shows people cheering for him, but then they poll Venezuelans, 80% of them don't know who he is. It's like, where did he come from? Well, he came from the establishment. They groom people to do these things ahead of time, And so
come
basically,
back anytime.
you have him wanting to take over the presidency. He will play ball with the United States, which in turn is the Koch brothers, because the Koch brothers, laws aren't passed anymore, Reed. They're bought, purchased by lobbyists for rich people. Seriously. You remember the Jesse Smollett case? The black guy, the gay actor from Empire that fucking said he was attacked by Trump supporters.
Yeah, you were talking about that.
Yeah. So he fakes it, and he gets caught, and fucking Chicago, they went back, they looked at everything, they found where they purchased the shit. They fucking recovered text messages between them. They've got them on street cameras days before, a couple times, walking around the scene that they were going to do it, stake it out, see what they're looking up at the cameras and trying to. Chicago investigated this, and they came out and they indicted the 16 indictments. Now, what that means is there's a jury of 12 people that heard all the evidence that the state had, and they felt that it was beyond a shadow of a doubt that it was a prosecutable offense. 16 of them. And so they went ahead and indicted him. During this indictment, the woman who is the head of the DA's office in Chicago, she's a black woman named Mrs. Fox, right? She gets a phone call from an Asian woman who represents Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama has been talking with Jesse Smollett's family. And so then this woman, this Chinese woman representing Michelle Obama, she contacts Fox and says, well, Michelle and the family have some concerns over the investigation. Well, yeah. Because they indicted. They had 16 indictments. He's going to prison for a really long time, right? So then they said, is there any way you can get them to transfer it to the FBI so it's federal? Well, that tells you right there, the FBI, not the agents, but there's still dirty elements of the FBI that they can make shit go away. And so they wouldn't do it. The police department in Chicago and shit was like, no, fuck you. We got it, dude. This is fucking 16 indictments. This asshole's done. We wrapped it up. We investigated it. The Chicago police did their job. I mean, this is so tight. They're like, no, it's a slam dunk. There's absolutely no doubt. And so then they won't move it to the FBI for the investigation. The woman calls or texts her back, and those texts were recovered. She texts Fox back, the DA's office, and says, well, now we're very nervous and we're this. You know, sometimes says something to the effect of, basically, you have a bright future, do the right thing. Okay, that's saying you do make this shit fucking work, and you can fucking go places. So she literally, because she's the head of the DA's office, she does have the power. She said, all right. She went over, she wrote on the file, case dismissed, case closed, seal the file, all charges are dropped. Just like that. Fucking just like that. The fucking Chicago Police Department, they had a fucking fit. They had more press conferences than fuck. They were all out there. This is bullshit. Thugs need to investigate this. Fuck this shit. And so then the Chicago Police Department was so pissed that they figured out what was going on. They recovered the texts. I'm like, whoa. You know, so Jesse Smollett, if you look him up, he's a part of a coalition that is represented by black politicians. Barack Obama, Kamala Harris, Marty Booker, and he, for years, has been fucking going to shit with them and all this stuff. He's tied to them. Well, this was a false flag attack. He lied. But he made it about Trump, MAGA hats, and a noose around his neck. Make sure you call me a faggot. Make sure you call me a fucking this and that. And they did. So, technically, I think what happened is the DNC set him up to do it. They said, all right, it's your turn. What better fucking way to fake a crime than to use a fucking actor? You know what I mean? So they tell Jesse Smollett to make it happen, and he did it. Well, he got caught. He's sloppy. So then the Democrats are like, fuck, if he goes, he's a whiny bitch. If anybody fucking talks to him and says you're going to prison, he's going to say, yeah, but Kamala Harris asked me to do it, and the DNC asked me to do it. You know, he'll talk once he's threatened with time. So they just dropped the charges, just like that. Trump even said, no, that is the biggest bunch of horse shit, and the Fed's going to look into it. Well, that's what they did. They do it all the time. You know what I mean? They fake crimes to gain sympathy. Do you realize that during that attack, before people found out it was faked, he had sympathy pouring in from the world. Nobody should ever do this to you. Well, it just so happens, Reed, that Kamala Harris had a bill that was having some trouble getting to the House. It was an assault bill that, something like that. It was hard getting traction because the language was Mars. It doesn't mean. Well, she went on when she proposed it. She said, "Well, look at this is for all the Jesse Smolletts," and everybody felt so bad. They passed the legislation. She got the bill passed because of what happened to him. But what happened to him was fake because she told him to do it. See what I mean? And this is all coming out in the wash. You see what it's fucking unreal. And yet, and then Adam Schiff has the balls to go up and says, "I don't care what the Mueller report says. There was collusion. There was. I want to sit there and go, Adam Schiff. What about the guy that crank called you, pretended to be a Russian, said he had naked pictures of Trump, and it was you, and you told him that your people would get a hold of him and where to get your number? And what's he gonna say? It wasn't him." Well, it was him. I'll be like, bitch, you said you'll take the pictures. That was a joke. You know, somebody cranked it. Somebody pranked it. But he still said yes. And to send the pictures. That's unbelievable. Because all you gotta do during that time is call, and you'll get a switchboard. And you say, "I have some information that the DNC is going to want on the Republican Party. I want to talk to somebody high up that I can trust." And they will give you somebody. They'll motherfucking will. You know, as long as it's for dirt on your opponents. So, but anyway, all right. I'll probably go. I'll finish watching that.
You're fine, man. I'm listening.
Well, the whole thing is so fucking stupid that it's so obvious. It's ridiculous. I mean, the whole thing is so obvious. And by the way, before 1811, everybody was free. We didn't have this debt solved. See, this isn't true capitalism. It's feudalism. It's a debt-ridden society on purpose. It's no different than what they did to countries to gain the world's wealth that they got now. You know what I mean? They gave, because they dealt in a lot of money, and kings were... It got to the point, Reaper, that in World War II, and even I, the Rothschilds funded both sides. And you go, what? Yeah, they fucking did both sides. Because no matter what, no matter who wins is irrelevant. They were loaning money to the Germans and loaning money to the Japanese so they could buy steel so that they could fucking make more tanks, so that they could fucking, you know what I mean? So they're funding that. Well, guess what? They're still having to pay it back. Even if they lose, they still owe it. And what they do is they have it claused in the contract that if you don't pay it, you will give away X amount of swaths of land.
Please state your desired floor.
Which is actually more than money. And so that's how they did it. And the winner of the war would just simply pay it back with ridiculous interest. But so you see what I mean? It behooved them to anybody that operates both sides, right? They make money off of both sides.
The highest safety.
Well, I just don't know why they just then kill and take the money. Maybe it's easier.
Oh, well, that's just it. The Jesuits, it's Zionist Jesuits. It's all it is, and mostly Jews. And I mean Jews, meaning 90% of the Jewish nation is absolutely nothing to do with this. Absolutely nothing. They're just like us. Whatever. They just don't eat pork. They don't do anything. They don't wake up and plan to do anything. This is the top 1%, 2%. And these people, I can't even, they don't look at you as a person. This is feudalism. This is no longer capitalism, because what they do is they get you under debt. And it's a debt society. If you don't keep going to work, you die. You can't live no more. You don't live in a house. You don't live in an apartment. See what I mean? That shouldn't be that way. You should get your house. You should build it.
Can't believe you made it this far, Senpai.
But after
This
1811,
is your first big challenge on your way
and
to the
then as
top.
soon as, mostly 1820, you know, they got pretty much their shit tightened down. That you had to pay them for everything. For what? You know what I mean? It was like, wait a minute.
Looks like you have to
It
make
didn't
your way
used
to
to
the
be
first car of the train for this boss battle.
They're passing laws. So many people are going to be self-sufficient to where they don't need the water company. They don't need the electric company. They don't need them. They pass laws making that illegal. It's like, what the fuck? They're constantly keeping us under a debt-ridden society. That's how the science works. They've done it forever. The only person to catch wind of what they were doing was the Russians back before World War I. During right around they fucking after. They found out they chased them out of Russia, and consequently they went to Germany. And they lived with the Germans, and they were fine. Well, on one of the Bilderberg meetings, they decided to boycott the so then the Jews that belong to the Bilderberg, they go back and they tell through the synagogues and shit that don't go to the Jews. And so people start noticing her. They're like, wait a minute, what is it? They find out that there's a boycott against their businesses. And they go, wait a minute. This is our country. What do you mean you're boycotting us? Huh? We took you in. You were a refugee. You got chased out of Russia, and we took you in. And now you're boycotting our businesses. So they get a chip on their shoulder. And they begin boycotting them. But what now you have is a writ to protect. See what I mean?
Dangerous drop on this train
And
car.
since the Bilderberg, well, most of those 1%, those big 1%ers, they all do banking. No matter what, they will always have money. That's never going to stop. That's never going to stop. You can't pay steam. You can't do anything. Barack Obama, Donald Trump probably was the only one that snuck in there. But every president has been pre-selected. It's ludicrous. Because laws aren't passed, they're fought. The whole reason we're in Venezuela is to try to get that oil, so we can get it for the Koch brothers. Yeah? Let's look on what the Koch brothers are doing. They donate like $200 million to the Republican Party. Or you see what I mean? I mean, that's it. Now all of a sudden we're over there. Now we give a fuck. See what I mean? It's like, plus, these people gotta disclose all the things. They gotta disclose their money. Basically, the horses people are taking it. And I don't even think Trump's out of it. I think Trump is extreme coverage. He's no hero. He was just different. You know what I mean? He probably wouldn't do half the shit Hillary's fucking planet. He'd have to take her out with silver bullet. Fucking. I know I wouldn't use anything other than a silver bullet. I am thirsty. Very thirsty. Not this weekend it's going a little bit worse. When those Boeings went down, remember the years all this week like that, another one thing they pulled it from the course.
Yeah.
That's what I got. Some of the software rock. They were flying through over it. So I thought that's what was happening. Because electrical system stuff is really simple. By design, so it doesn't take out parts of the wall. There's a resistance is going to be X amount of value over this amperage. So if something bad happens, the resistor blows, it's going to save the rest of the room, right? But if there's just a general in the air, it's just in the air, like static, charge, it'll fry, it'll overload the whole thing at once. And so what I would love to see the cockpits or the back of the instrument panel in this plane. But apparently they all catch fire. That's the one thing. Like say an EMP goes out, right? And everything in your house goes out, the power goes out. Well, there's one thing they don't know. Is that your TV's probably going to catch fire. Everything that had an electrical circuit has been fucking blasted with electricity. Kill it. Well, a lot of that stuff's going to catch fire. People are going to have like probably 10 fires in their home in one fell swoop. You know, your modem, that wherever that is, that's going to be melted and fire's going to be coming out of it. Literally, because that's what happens. All your outlets, before your circuits blow, there'll be shit coming out of that. It's how it works. That's how science is. Anytime there's a break, which is a flash in this case, any flash, it's going to come out of all the light. And I'm starting to think that the California fires will run the same way. Because you look at the whole neighborhoods of all the neighborhoods that are gone, they're all burnt to the ground. The motherfucking trees are still there. Where the fucking forest fire burns the houses, but not the trees and the bushes. You should really see some of these drone pictures of this shit. You're like, what the fuck? And the houses are literally white ash. Well, white ash is thermite, and we know it isn't thermite because that has to be pre-done. They use thermite in the World Trade Center sabotage when they demolished the buildings and then run the airplanes in to make it look like, I mean, that was a theater, that was a movie, really. I mean, that was just, nobody was flying the planes at all. They were remote control. And there was jets set off, just like you would a movie scene. The car's gonna jump up, so you get the pyrotechnic guy to hit the fucking glass button just as the plane's about to hit. They're gonna run the remote control right in there. Bang! As that happens, the guy hits a button. All the thermite blows. So it looks like the plane did it. It's not hard. Hollywood does it every day. You see what I mean? It's like somebody go, oh well, that. How do you mean you got remote control? Yes, motherfucker. Every fucking plane you can think of. It's easy. They do it for fucking training all the time. They got them where there's a fucking camera in the cockpit. You can either look out the cockpit and fly it. It doesn't matter what it is. It's a computer program. Put it onto the plane. It's installed. You remotely control it. It's the same as anything else. Crash it in. You have a guy ready with the fucking thermite, or you can have it to where there's a trigger, a beacon on the plane, and it gets into so close to the building that the beacon causes, you know what I mean, the other side of the beacon that catches the signal to hit a blast. But either way, I watched it. I'm like, no, that was a second after that. And why is there white smoke? Jet fuel's black. Where's all that white? I'm like, what's all the white? I know what the white is. It's thermite. Thermite will melt steel. So whatever. They did that too. Everyone knows. Everyone knows. That's like something. It doesn't do it good. trucks and burn everything down.
I keep just zapping myself. I'm fighting the big boss.
The Mueller report comes back after 2 years. Rounds up. We know who's looted the Democrats. But that's the most common. Your opponents of what you are looking at. And no matter what, that is the best. Getting away with what you're doing. It's that's basic 101. It's like the whole fucking work. I don't trust it. As a guy, he doesn't think he's gonna burn forever. I was born having that and it's you know, and then you're saying, well, you're responsible for this type of intelligence. Are you responsible for? Who's responsible for fucking the invasion of Iraq that had nothing to do with fucking 9/11 whatsoever? I mean, literally nothing. They just picked it because it was the least fucking tough fucking military they had. They had oil fields. They were going to try to get it. Fuck it. And they were going to go under the guise of vengeance. The whole thing is a fucking ruse. They were doing it through Halliburton. Halliburton, you do the homework, run by Cheney, Dick Cheney. Who happens to be the vice president of the United States at the time under Bush. Fuck. I'm like, wait a minute. Nobody sees a conflict of interest here? Cheney sits on the board of directors of Halliburton. Halliburton's going to be in charge of the privatization of the Iraqi oil fields. You think he's just going to take over? You think the League of the Arab League is going to let you? Well, it turned out that they didn't. The Arab League was quick to step in and go, no, you fucking don't. This is Arab oil. I don't need you fucking get out. And that was the end of it. Because we need them to be happy too, you know, so that should end it. Well, that's all fine and good. We went in, we got rid of Saddam Hussein, and blah, blah, blah. A million Iraqis died. For the chance for him and Halliburton to privatize the oil fields. We didn't even get it. Not to mention how many U.S. servicemen died for nothing.
Come back
it's like,
anytime.
oh my gosh. Why isn't he hung? Hang Cheney. Tony Blair for, you know, Prime Minister of England, the one that said that was the intelligence that they had. No, motherfucker. There was no intelligence. The intelligence did come out, but there was no weapons of mass destruction. That they were the one Arab country that was like the farthest away from getting weapons of mass destruction. Because you could have just went right to Iran, and they've actually got them. But nobody went to Iran. You know what I mean? Because Iran's got a pretty fucking kick-ass military. You ain't just walking in Iran. You know, they're not dumb. They got a lot of people, and they buy a lot of fucking updated Russian shit. Well, I just don't see it lasting that long, Reed, honestly. I don't see
What's that, everything?
Yeah. I say it. It's just so bad that I can't. If I go to social and see what countries and resources, global resources, plus I think they lie about the population. There's no fucking way this is going to be. But I digress. And that's why they're saying they need to depopulate. They need to do this. You know, when Bill Gates did that big fucking conference, and he said that, well, we're gonna, everything's gonna be healthier. We'll give all the vaccines and this and that, and people will be healthier, and the population will go down. And everyone's like, what?
We will be arriving shortly.
What did you say? And he says, well, there would be a population to. And I'm like, no.
Look forward to your
No,
return.
you don't. Because they're part of the Guidestones. 3 billion, or is it 6 billion? I have to remember. There was a certain amount of people that the top 1% of the world's leaders and shit, the rich people, there's only supposed to be X amount of people for the planet. For the most maximized volume of money to be made off it, manageability and shit like that. And so, like the Georgia Guidestones that were erected, seriously, nobody knows, but nobody can touch them. It's like, what? And they got all these rules, They're going to start killing people. They're going to start poisoning the water. They're going to have to. Because according to them, we're so overpopulated. It's not enough that they put glyphosate in immunizations for babies. Well, glyphosate, the company Bayer Aspirin is being sued because they own Roundup. Well, Roundup's being sued, which is Bayer. They have over 200 lawsuits they're done. They won. They're done. They're out of business now because they were using glyphosate. And glyphosate, they proved, causes harm. So now, all these products that you spray Roundup and all this shit, if you get it on your hands and you don't fucking wash it, you can become sterile. You sterilize your nuts. You'll never be able to have children. Type shit, you know what I mean? Well, glyphosate is one of the ingredients that Monsanto puts in the immunization of children. What the fuck is that doing? And that's exactly what something from Stanford. She's a big wig in genetics and health stuff. She wants to know what it's doing. So for the past 5 years, she's been going around speaking about it. Guess how much attention she's got? But they list it. She's like, well, how can you put glyphosate into somebody?
Well, now, why is it in there in the first place, though? What is it?
Exactly. That's what the lady wants to know from Stanford. She says there's no benefit to having it in there. So why is it in there? It's not a filler. You just use saline. What is it there for? But they don't answer. Well, now you got a bunch of shit. Now people are well, okay, wait a minute. Now Monsanto is going to start getting old. But more or less for their product, chemicals and glyphosate in general. They've been putting glyphosate shit because they want to fucking make everybody sterile. No more population. Stop having it. Well, they call it, and that's why they call it, 21 billion. It's either 21 million or 21 billion. I can't remember. But that's what's called Agenda 21. And that is where one world leader controls 21 million world people. Not supposed to be more than that. Economically, they say for what the planet can grow. That's what it's because anytime there's an official narrative to tell you that this is this because this, they're fucking full of it. It's like a lie. Some stuff, it is what it is. They say this is it, and it is. So that's why it's hard. Not everything is hard. That's okay. I have to watch this thing.
Well, you have a good night, then, man.
Oh, I will. Hopefully I won't get over the start looking at books on the internet. You get back in the books on some of this stuff, and then there it is. Like you ever see the internet where on YouTube where it says trumpet noises in the sky and loud screams heard? You ever hear of that?
No.
On the news, it happens all the time across the country. There's these booms and like weird tones in the air. Nobody can trace where it's coming from. And it's been happening for a while now. Well, one of the things that was documented before the Nuremberg quake was that people heard loud booms that they couldn't figure out where they were coming from. You know, so just food component coming through. And I found quite a few references of people's notes from back then. You know, you could read it. It's hard because the kind of pencils that they use. But you could see them. I mean, you could see that they're saying, you know, and they all say too that there was a comet going by. Some comet. I don't know why. But anyway. All right, mofo. I will talk to you mañana.
All right, man. Well, you have a good night.
Yep. See you, buddy. Yeah, you too.
Oh, fuck.
Hell yeah! Wild.
What's up, sweetheart?
Hey, what are you doing?
Nothing more.
Can you move my shoulders?
Go on in.
Okay.
Oh, dude, I just gotta get past this fucking thing. Now she's falling. Oh, now you've fallen. You fucking cunt. This thing is automated shit that shakes you down. What the? It's making me miss her. Okay. No, it's just the monsters in the back. There's something here in a minute. You're a little far away, aren't you? Maybe. I'll do all of that. X is healing. Oh, well, sorry. I actually kind of hit the... Remember, I ripped the hole. And that's where Edge is at. This is just not going to go back. Do what? Oh, we gotta turn it there. Move on. Oh, it's really what?
Choke up.
Please state your desired floor. Going down. We will be arriving shortly. Thank you very much for using this service.
This program is brought to you by Yotsuyama Enterprises. Number 1.
He did well with...
Huh? You've got something nice there, ain't you? Aha! Aha! Nothing goes wrong under my watch. This one looks worthwhile. Let's take a look. Thanks. 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 This is a masterpiece. Listen up. Thanks. Thanks. Come back anytime.
for you, fellow believer in the power of the mushrooms. Without mushrooms, there's no glory. There is nothing. There's no love. Nothing makes sense.
Obliterate your rioting students with one of 3 new teachers. Education. Recommended product. Available in arcades countrywide. Yotsuyama Enterprises. 37.564 JOSTKY.
South Tokyo. Best guess.
Thank you for coming. Please state your desired floor. Going up. Was the ride comfortable enough for you? We look forward to your return.
amazing this time, too. So what do you think about our insurance offer now?
Oh, I see. That's too bad. Sometimes such decisions are necessary, though. I understand.
This program is brought to you by Yotsuyama Enterprises. Number 1. Oh, welcome back. Thanks. 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 Come back anytime.
Get the eccentric one.
Hello, Eva. The power of the mushroom. Are you sure? Come again.
Please state your desired floor. Going down. That's right. Our customers are steadily increasing. To your return.
J.O. South Tokyo.
This program is brought to you by Yotsuyama Enterprises.
Thanks. 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 Come back anytime.
Death Drive 128.
This program is brought to you by Yotsuyama Enterprises. Number 2.
She's like a black and I feel like
Obliterate your rival students with one of 3 new teachers. Ministry of Education. Recommended product, Violence High. Available in arcades countrywide. Yotsuyama Enterprises.
37.564 Jostkky.
This program is brought to you by Yotsuyama Enterprises.
South Tokyo
Number 3.
Oh, it's you. This one looks worthwhile. Come back anytime. Oh, welcome back. Come back anytime.
record-breaking Death Drive 128.
Now on sale.
Yotsuyama Enterprises.
37.564 J-O-S-T-K-Y.
Oh, it's you. Thanks. Come back anytime.
No!
Yeah, speak your words. I just finished the game anyway. You want some tips? Here they are.
My boyfriend's name is Justin. He likes to be called G-Head, which doesn't even make sense because his name starts with a J, and he is disgusting, dipwad, freak, goes to the bathroom, doesn't wash his hands, he is disgusting, I hate him, I will never text him again. Oh my god, he just texted me, he said he loves me.
Don't give up, senpai.
Get the exceptional 128-bit latest spec, Death Drive 128. Now on sale.
This program is brought to you by Yotsuyama Enterprises.
Number 5.
Listen up. Come back anytime. Oh, welcome back. Come back anytime.